I grew up in the village, and maybe many people can testify this with me if maybe you also experience such kind of life. And my primary school, O levels and A levels, both of them I did them deep in the village, meaning that I had a very ample time to spend with the family, especially with my mom. And now, as I was growing up, I kept on observing a lot of activities that mom was doing. One of them being, mom had this habit whereby in the cupboard where we used to put the plates and all that, the plates were specified in such a way that if my uncles will visit or visitors will visit, there would be specific plates made for the visitors. And if it was on a Sunday, or maybe there's a very good celebration like Christmas Eve or Christmas holiday, or maybe a certain important function, that is, those plates will be used, and after that they have to be washed carefully with clean water and wiped carefully, and after that returned to the same place waiting for another event again. When it comes to Christmas or maybe these celebrations again, the same thing I would observe. As a mother deep in the village, she used to have proper clothing that are meant for Sundays, the clothing that are meant for such high-tech holidays like Christmas, whereby you only put them either once or twice in a year. Then after that, again, you have either to buy new ones or maybe you put them accordingly. Now, my question was concerned, why don't you just give us, if it is shoes, we work with shoes all the time. And by the way, shoes was very rare. If you were able to put the shoes, congratulations. Otherwise, it was like an achievement. We could only do it maybe once in such functions. Then another thing would be, suppose maybe our uncles from the grandmother's side will visit, or maybe we had a special function like those Christmas days. What will happen is that from taking care of the animals in the vegetation or maybe forest somewhere, when we come in, at least even that day, the way we enter the compound and the ways the animals are going to follow will be different that day. And in fact, we'll just know the environment has changed suddenly. Why? The visitors are around. And in fact, there's a word that goes in Kiswahili African language that they are saying, mgeni njoo mwenyeji apone. So it was something like, for us, we would wait for a visitor to come, for us to see special clothes, for us to see special plates, for us to see special management, and if anything, that is the day we are going to celebrate special food anyway. Now, the question was, what was really wrong with my mom? But now, I am a grown-up, I am understanding. I am understanding that mom never did a mistake, and that habit by day even up now is still with her. She has a lot of plates and a lot of plates. Now for us, maybe after we come from the city center or maybe are going to home and all that, that is the only time he will remove those plates for us to use. Otherwise, for herself and people at home, those plates are still meant for them. Now the question will be, what was wrong? But now I am understanding. The thing is like this. You see, in each and every house, there are so special seats. There are all those special plates. There are all those special clothing that we only put them on during the special occasions. Why? There must be a reason. And that is a life testimony example. It is not something like being ignorant. It's not something like being naive or being village mindset of. No. The thing is, in life situation, we have what is called the best character. We have what is called the best foot on, right? For example, during work, somebody can tell you, Mark, please go and try and put your best forward. So the thing is, my mom had a character, or still up to now has a nature of putting her best feet forward. Meaning that in each and every good house or great house, there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of the wood and the clay. Some for honorable use and some for dishonorable. So in short, it's like that. According to my mom's point of view, if you can learn a lesson from it, is that generally the character, the life principles, even the places we visit, the kind of job we visit, not everything is at the same level. There are some things that must be faced with honoring. There are some things that must be faced in executive appearance. There are some things that are can be faced at a normal level kind of, or there are some characters that can only be displayed as a certain point of level of life. Why? Because the target differs, the mission differs, the vision differs, depends on what we want, depends with our energy. So in short, why were we bathing after taking care of the animals? We are from tethering or maybe grazing the animals, and then we come home. Mom will tell us, can you wash yourself? Go and bathe before you even come and say hi to the visitors. Now these are the lessons behind it. The thing is, sometimes for us to reach a certain level of life, we have to shed off what is hindering us. We have to shed off what is disguising us. We have to shed off what is making us be seen at a certain level. But if you want to reach at a certain level, we have to communicate the same language. We have to put on the same dress code. We have to put on the same level of thinking capacity. We have to reason the same way. The same way even you want to face your manager, you have to speak his language. You have to reach his level. Look, this is what is being said in the book of 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy 20, what is he saying? Now, in a great house, there is not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay. Some of them are for honorable use, and some of them are for dishonorable use. Check 21. What is verse 21 saying, 2 Timothy? Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself, you see, you are bathing. If anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as a holy one, set apart as a useful one to the matters of the house, ready for everyday's good work use. Now I understand why mom was able to put our clothes aside to make us bathe first, eat special food, only put on the shoes during the normal daytime. It was a lesson passing to us that not each and every lesson in life, not each and every something in life has to be faced at the same level. There are some characters that have to be shed off before we reach where you want. You want to talk to your manager, you have to learn communication levels of your manager. You have to think like a manager. You want to be a doctor, start relating with a manager, with a doctor, meaning that if you have clothing for the farmer, you have to shed them off, clean yourself, come back and appear like a doctor so that you reason at the same level. That is what we are expecting. So please, it is uncouth and it is a bad manners to maintain a certain habit. If you want to change, you have to think differently. If you want different result, you want to act differently. You cannot maintain the same character accepting or expecting to reach a different level of character. Don't cling to a habit. Some of these habits, we have to shed them off before we really achieve. Now I learned what my mom was doing. I don't know what your mom was doing, but which kind of lesson can you learn from those simple activities your mom or your parents were doing while you were young? That was my lesson. We have not to cling into certain characters. Characters differs. There are characters that are honorable, there are characters that are dishonorable. Now make yourself honorable. You have to shed off another character, put on another character for you to be used in a great house. See you.